What is up, DTube? Why am I saying that in the beginning of videos? Well, because YouTube doesn't have that good track record of actually caring about their creators or people using their platform. So, what have they done this time? Well, they banned a Hex content creator, Hexologist, that has done the most work in terms of video in the community, doing daily live stream videos, being very positive, and they basically just terminated his account. I'm gonna show it to you. So this is how it looks now. This is how his account looks like. They just like removed it, and it's just like, what? That's just crazy, man. So I don't think they gave a warning. So he wrote about it on Twitter. This is my Hex, or I do a lot of Hex videos these days on my YouTube channel here. But it's like, okay, I want to talk about this. Like, so YouTube is basically messing with the people, and they've been doing this a long time. They've been doing this a long time. They're overpowered. They are abusing their power. And obviously, this is why we're trying to do the crypto stuff and like decentralize and so on, because we see that even when we are behaving our best, use us with Hexologists, like all of his like videos, nothing wrong with them, always like positive and happy, and like empowering people with the Hex crypto, talking, giving good information. Even when we behave at our best, it still is like walking on eggshells. It's like they can just like remove your account, have no accountability. Yeah, I mean that's what you're doing here. Like, so they just like terminated his account, and it's weird, man. Like, this is abusive. Like, this is not normal. Like, this is not how we can build the upcoming world. Like, you cannot have people just like be able to delete a whole person's page, videos, for over 6 months of videos, over almost, I think, around 3,000 followers. These deleted it, like, just terminated the account. This is wrong. Like, this is straight up wrong. And they really YouTube is really messing with people. Like, this is like a personal attack on people. That's what they're doing. Like, they're messing with content creators, they're messing with people's life, they're messing with viewers because they're not sending out videos. The people, they're messing with people's innocence. So for example, people subscribe to something and then they don't get those videos. So my main YouTube channel has 1 million or 1.4 or like 1.3 million followers. People are not even getting those videos in their subscription feed. And YouTube has been doing this a very long time, since 2012, 2013. They are anti-humans, like, straight up. And it's horrible, right? It's like, this is not like acceptable behavior. And yeah, I mean, it's like, this is why like 2 years ago I started to invest, like started to like look for alternatives. Or actually, I started already 2015 to look at, can I host my own videos maybe on my own website. And it was like, computing was still pretty expensive in 2015, and there was usually not that many good alternatives. And 2 years ago I found DTube, and posting there daily. And it's just like, I've been seeing this for I've been seeing this a very, very long time, 5 years, that the YouTube model is not sustainable. Actually, I've seen it since 2014, like when I started to see that the related section is like, it's you have no power of it. It's like machine learning versus humans. Like, before like 2012, the content creator was more, they had more influence because their own videos kind of showed up in the related section, and it was like, it was more about the creator. But like, you're starting to realize that they don't really care at all these days about creators, because they have so much power, so they can do a little bit what they want you to. Like, if they don't like you, they can just remove your page, and it can happen to anyone. It's like, and it's really, really disturbing. So it's a very complex situation. So computing power was pretty expensive 2015. So I saw that hosting on my own website was pretty like hosting videos on my own website would be too expensive. I almost wanted to do it, like host my own videos, but it was like too expensive. So if I fast forward to DTube, that I discovered January 2018, it was very, very cool because I noticed integrity in the video platform, and they started off beta test their DTube service on the Steam blockchain, and they got the delegation on 2 million Steam power from Ned, and it was really like, when I came in January 2018 into DTube, it was like really an amazing experience. And I saw that wow, this is kind of like the next paradigm shift. Like, we don't even need like AdSense. We can like build up our own audience on a decentralized network like Steam. And so we fast forward 2 years, and okay, so Steam kind of failed, but DTube hasn't failed. Like, basically what happened with DTube, so they started off using mainly Steam blockchain. And then last year, they revealed that they have been working on their testnet of their own blockchain called Avalon blockchain, which is should be launching this year. They have delayed it two times, but it should be launching this year, according to the latest blog post. And the testnet has really been running amazing, and it's like, so what kind of failed with Steam was, so DTube did not fail, and the reason why I'm talking about DTube is because I think it's like plays into this thing of like YouTube censoring people and like gatekeeping people, and that is that this concept that we've seen and we realized pretty early on with DTube is like DTube's whole vision is like to have like so people can be seen, and you can't like just like remove people. So for example, DTube is using IPFS so people can upload via IPFS, and it's like decentralized hosting of the videos, and it's not like YouTube then can go and like take it down. So what happened with DTube was, okay, so they started off, I think around maybe August 2017. DTube somewhere there were kind of like created. So it started off on the Steam blockchain, and the problem was that, well, the Steam blockchain we noticed that it did not have, or it had a horrible distribution 2016, 2017, that kind of messed up the whole future of the chain. So they had a ninja mine, which messed up so many things because it made it so content creators did not have majority of tokens, and it's still a problem to this day that both with Steam and Hive, content creators are not majority whales in those networks that's supposed to be proof of brain. So what they kind of realized was, well, it's like so the whales on the Steam ecosystem greedy and did not want to support, or like some supported like real content creators, but the damage was already done 2016 with the ninja mine. That was so like, it was so huge, like so big damage, impossible to kind of recover. Like now on Steam and Hive, 30% of the tokens are in exchanges, like they own the network basically. So what DTube kind of realized was, okay, we need to make our own chain. So they took a year or two to develop this Avalon blockchain, and it's been in a testnet since summer of 2019, and we're soon coming up to a year of that testnet. Has been running amazing, like truly amazing. I think that DTube can be the next, or like I think really it can be like the best video platform out there, because they have a lot of upload options, not only IPFS decentralized storage, but they also have support for many centralized services. But the main key thing with DTube and the Avalon blockchain, when they're launching the mainnet, which is coming soon. What's interesting is like how good the voting power system is, and the DTC token is, and the key thing here is that the distribution of the starting phase of the DTC coins is really interesting, because 50% of the tokens goes to content creators that has been creating content or curating content the last 2 years on DTube. That means that most of the starting distribution of coins actually goes to where it should, which is kind of nice. 1 million goes to the team, and people have been helping. That has been helping with the DTube project, and 1 million already got sold to investors. And it's like, the reason why I'm bringing up DTube in this like censorship thing that we're seeing here with YouTube basically messing with people, is like, and banning hexologists here. It's like, it's very scary, like, that they can do these things, and that's why I'm like, that's why I'm bringing up DTube, because I really think it is it can solve a lot of these things. So a lot of this nonsense that a lot of these companies are doing with like removing people and doing all this nonsense, it's like I understand, like, so it's interesting because with Hex creators, they are pretty drama free, right? But then you have other creators on YouTube sometimes that it seems like their whole purpose is to create drama, or like, I understand that some content cannot be advertiser friendly and so on. So I understand that they may have problems with that, like YouTube, and maybe like turn off ads or something like that. But I think with hexologists and like with these hex people in general, they don't even have ads on, and they're never even talking about anything controversial. And then we also see that not only that this was not just a regular strike, it's like they terminated the whole account. Like, I never been terminated in this way before. Like, I've been getting like 1 or 2 strikes, but that was on like content that was like, maybe I had some sensitive word or something like that. But with this, like, I've been following Hexologists a long time, and there's never any weirdness in those videos. Like, there's just like really good content and really positive content that actually empowers people, liberates people, telling them really good information. And this is basically what they terminated. Like, they are really messing here with people. Like, this is not about some terms of service. Like, this is like a personal attack on humans. That's how I see it, you know. And I appreciate DTube so much, the founder of DTube, that like the white paper is amazing. I've been following it, and I've been doing DTube videos for over 2 years, around 1,000 videos on that service, and I never seen anything weird. Like the game theory is very good, and I think it actually is gonna work. The community is actually a real community. It's not just some like copy paste community. And it's like, what these centralized actors are doing in this industry is so horrible and disgusting. And they don't even understand that they're ruining their reputation kind of fast. And yeah, people are kind of using your platform right now. Like, I also use YouTube right now, but it looks like DTube, and also with their DTC coin, it looks like I don't need the YouTube kind of soon, because I can both monetize, and we both have a DTube community, and we don't have to deal with all this nonsense. Like, I think I'm gonna go full on eventually, maybe with full on IPFS, just have like decentralized hosting, because it seems like, yeah, they're just like bad actors in this world. Like, straight up, like, you're one of the biggest, if you're like one of the biggest companies and you're messing around with people like this, like, that is very weird. Like, that is not normal behavior. People are going to start using other platforms. And I mean, the thing, so a lot of these other platforms, I feel that they're trying to seek like drama by talking about politics and so on. But it's like, what I like about DTube is like we don't even have the drama. Like, we have like real humans doing real content, like real vloggers doing real content without any drama. They just want to get to the truth of things and just want to use intelligence. We're not trying to create drama. But it's like YouTube seems like they like drama because you're like terminating honest people. Like you use like deleting their stuff like left and right. And like I understand like with the Bitcoin stuff, like I don't agree with like that people are getting strikes left and right, but I also see that with like a lot of YouTubers that are doing the Bitcoin stuff and like shilling margin trading nonsense. I understand why they're getting strikes, especially because they have ads and so on. But because it's like they're kind of harming people in many ways. But like this hex content is not harming people; it's actually giving people extremely helpful advice, and they can make their own decisions. It's like it's a smart contract. It's not drama. It's a completed project. Yeah, it's just weird. So maybe YouTube should try to focus on some other things. Like, why don't you try to fix the nonsense with like the Bitcoin scams? Like, I see scammers on YouTube, using people's faces and so on and like doing scams. It seems like that is running pretty wild and you don't take accountability for that. But you're kind of like removing like honest people. It's kind of weird, man. So yeah, I think that DTube is going to take over completely because I don't see any competition. Like Instagram is horrible. I kind of like Twitter in many ways. YouTube is YouTube is fine when they don't like censor and gatekeep people, but they just like delete people and they delete a lot of information. It's like they don't trust people to consume the information. And I'm not like overly paranoid and so on, but I see the problems with these platforms. It's like people trying to work. They're trying to do amazing stuff, amazing content, amazing videos. Like this is, as I said, I mean, this is not okay at all. Like it's just weird, man. So I'm not even sure if YouTube is going to be relevant in a couple of years. Because if DTube really works out, and if eventually computing gets even cheaper, and people can host their own videos, or like you have like maybe good hosting solutions, I don't know, maybe you get some amazing onboarding when you actually can get this DTC coin in more people's hands, and you maybe have better wallets and so on. I don't even know if YouTube's going to be relevant like in the future. Yeah, because it's like the core. There is no integrity with YouTube anymore. They don't even care, man. Like I see people, they don't even have. You can't even call them. Like you can barely get an email response. They're so immature. So immature, man. You're supposed to be at the forefront of like you're supposed to be like a role model for the world. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Very sad. But I think eventually the people are gonna as we get better technology, we're probably gonna start communicating more and like realize, yeah, or like and start using other platforms and services. Other platforms and services is also like they also need to prove themselves that they actually can make a better ecosystem than what we had in the past. So for example, as I said, I mean Steam and Hive is basically Binance basically bought it with their mafia takeover. First off, the Steam ecosystem, where they took over the blockchain, and then they basically like Hive is basically Binance. Yeah, so much corruption there. I see what I can only see what I see. So with DTube, with the rewards, I see fairness, and I also see honest people getting rewards, like real content creators, and I see content creators becoming well. So I think that everyone should try to support DTube because it truly is like an honest thing. From everything that I've seen, it is so legit and authentic, and a lot of people have invested many years into making it amazing. So yeah, I got no words for what YouTube is doing to people. So that's what I want to say. Have a great day, DTube.